This is Mr. Brilliant, St. Elizabeth Catholic School. This is a tutorial to design the wheels on this particular R8, which is in my sculpting tutorial. It'll be one of the last videos you do in that. It can also be applied to the Jeep tutorial, any car. It's just a method of making this. So the first thing we're doing is create sketch. And my sketch plane's way over there. And I'm going to come in here now, and I'm going to create a circle in the center of this. So I'm just going to eyeball it. What you could do is you could draw a line from here to here, divide by 2 and get your exact center. There's other different ways to do it, but that's the way I suggest. I'm just going to eyeball it for right now because it's good enough for what my purposes. And I go something like that. Now I'm going to go scroll it out, and I'm actually going to do that just a little bit better. I contradict myself, but I want to do that just a little bit better. So I'm going to bring it here a little bit this way and see if I can't get a little bit better. Okay, and now we're going to go right click, press pull, and I'm going to hold the shift key down and scroll across. I'm going to press pull it up to the outside of the car, and I'm going to, the model got away on me there. I'm going to bring it in so it's just a little bit outside of the wheel well, just so it looks kind of cool, like so. And I'm going to go to 2 sides, and I'm going to take this one and bring it up like that, and that's good enough there for our purposes. Right view. Now I'm going to create the spokes. Now to create the spokes, I'm simply going to come in here and create a line. I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to say sit on this face, and then I'm going to draw the line, and I want to draw the line from the center here down, so I know it's in the center of the wheel. You grab the center, and now I'm going to go, I want to create 5 of these. So 360 degrees divided by 5 is 72 degrees. So the first thing I do is I'm just going to take a line, and I'm going to go to the center here. There's many different ways to do this. I could draw this and then copy them all the way around using the sketch command, circular pattern, tell it to circle from the center. I want 5 of them. That works really nicely. But the way I'm going to do is I'm just going to come here like this and click this line. Now I know the angle between here and here is supposed to be 72 degrees. So I just go 72 and change the angle. Then I'm going to create another line, and I'm going to bring him down for this spoke, click an arbitrary position. Same thing from there to there, and I'm going to tell it to go 72 degrees. Then I'm going to create another one down like that. Same thing from here all the way over to there. From there to there, 72, and then the final line would be coming across this way, and again 72. Now again, there's lots of different ways to do this. This is just one of the ways I've found works nicely. Now the spoke is thicker, so I'm going to go now I'm going to use the offset command, and I'm going to select this guy right here, and I'm going to offset it .150. I found worked the nicest, and enter it. And then I'm going to do the same thing again, offset this side, and take it to this side this time, .150. And I'm going to do that for all my spokes. So I'm going to come down to here, and I click this one here, and I'm going to go sketch, offset, and I'm going to bring him across something like that. Same thing, .150. Done. This part takes a few minutes. I wonder if I can just control key and try to do them all at the same time. Let's try that. Probably can. Offset. Yeah, it worked. I'm just going to go back and do this way. 0.150, and I need 2 more down here, so we're going to go here, and sketch, offset, drag him way back over there, 0.150, and offset again. If I was doing this a lot, I'd definitely set up a quick key and do it as a shortcut, but I'm not, so that's going to work fine, just like this. This is the last one, I think, and .150. Alright, so now I'm going to come in and I'm going to start trimming everything out. So they're not supposed to be all overlapping. So you go sketch, trim, and you just come in and start cutting off the things you don't need. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need the end of this one. I don't need the end of, and scroll, and you want to make sure you don't inadvertently cut one off that you need. So this guy, this guy, this guy. Don't need him, don't need him. Don't need him. This guy. Starting to look like it's right. Yep, I'm going to get rid of the end of that one. And I'm going to delete this one, and this one, this one. These are all just basically construction lines. That's right. Get rid of him, and him, him, and this one. Cleaning up nicely. Yeah, it looks good. So I need all those. I need all those. I don't need the center lines anymore, really. You can leave those. It wouldn't really make any difference, but I'm just going to clean my model up. I think it'd make it look a little better. Now I'm going to come in and get rid of these things in here. I don't need any of those. Okay, and I don't need this, and I don't need this, so I got my star shape basic. Now I'm going to come in here, right view, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to do another circle, and I'm going to find the center of him, and I'm going to come out to the edge of that right there. You can see where I'm going with that. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come in and I'm going to trim off all these edges here. I don't need that or that. Okay. Now that looks fine there. I'm going to stop the sketch, and now I'm going to go to right click, press pull, and I'm going to hold the control key down. I'm going to select all these pie shaped things, and I'm going to drag them through, and I'm going to use it to cut. And now I've got the wheel cut. It's starting to look like a wheel. Now I'm going to inset this part, so I'm going to go sketch, create a sketch, sit on the same face. I'm going to take the circle tool, and I'm going to come in the center, and I'm going to come right out to there, which is what I've done previously, like that. And now I'm going to go right click, press pull that one, and I'm going to take it down to this one, press pull, and I'm going to pull him down in negative to create a undercut such as that. And so the wheel would be kind of inset like this. Yeah. Now I'm going to take it, starting to look like a wheel. I'm going to start to modify it. I'm going to go modify, fillet. I'm going to select this guy here, and I'm going to say make him maybe decimal 1. Let's try and see how that works. And it looks pretty good. So I'm going to select them all. You can make it slightly bigger than decimal 1. I could probably, so I'm going to select him and control key down, same thing. Oh, control key down, select him, deselect that one. I'm going to select all these guys, select this guy, control key down, select this guy, and same thing, control key down, select this guy, and I'm going to go modify, fillet, and I'm going to maybe make it decimal 150 and see if it looks a little better. Yeah, maybe decimal. I'm going to back decimal 2, see how that looks. Now decimal 2 looks quite nice. You can drag this thing around too, but you have much more control when you do it this way. And I click OK. It's starting to again look like a wheel. Now I'm going to radius off these things. So I'm going to select control key down. I'm going to select these guys here, all these pieces. It takes a few seconds to select them all. Control key down so I don't lose it. Control key, control. I haven't missed anything. Okay, modify, fillets, and let's try. I can drag it just to see for a second, just to see where it goes. You can see if I go too deep, it causes an issue. Right there causes an issue. So now I can bring it back a bit. Decimal 0.05, you see 0.1. 0.1 looks pretty good. Click OK. And now you can see it's modeled. Now, obviously this edge here would modify that edge, and I would put a fillet on it as well. Decimal 1 maybe, and or that's probably a bit aggressive. Decimal 0.05. Let's try that. Looking a little bit more realistic. Same thing in here. I'd come in here, and I would modify that, fill it there, 0.05 as well. So it's starting to look like a tire. It's starting to look like a realistic vehicle. If I can get back to where I'm supposed to be. There we go. So what you do is you model one wheel completely. I shut off the side just so we can see it better. You can see that. You model the one wheel completely, and then what you do is you copy it sideways. So you go, if I go in the right view, I can go right click, I can move copy, I'm going to select the wheel, I'm going to scroll right in so I get the right spot, right there, and it turns it all blue, and you can see create copy. And so now I would simply drag that one back this way, like so, and click OK. And then what I could do next is I would do this, I would go here, I go top view, even this way, and I'm going to go into my body. I'm going to shut the body off of the car so I can see it better, and I'm going to highlight these things. So there's are highlighted, and I'm going to go to modify and to mirror, create mirror. 92 faces selected, that's all of this. Then I have to tell it where to mirror it from. So I want to select this is where I mirror it from, click OK, and now you can see I got 4 wheels. And I can then come back and turn the body back on, and you can start to see my car is starting to look like a real car. Now you can come in, what my expectation would be was you come in and you would play around with the colors. So even though we're going to 3D print this and we're not going to be able to do any colors, we can still play with the colors, and it makes it really look cool. Come into appearance, and you can click on, if you go down, you can find rubber on one of the appearances down here, rubber soft, rubber weathered, and then you can change, and so I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to go rubber, and I'm going to change that to rubber, so you can start to see it's rubber. I'd come back in, actually just do I did the whole body. I would select faces and just do the face of that rather than turning the whole thing. So faces like this, and then you come down and just get your, like this, like that, and you just do the face. So now you can see it looks more realistic. It looks like a car. I would actually come in and do this face too, right? So you can select that face and change that. So you leave the center of the car chrome and do those. You can also do all kinds of different things with bringing in decals and so on. But now it's starting to look like a car.